Hands on, hands on. I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm gonna tell you something. For everybody that's been saying, okay, y'all know Kanye West, right? And I know he apologized to the Jewish community and the black community, and he said on the letter in the Wall Street Journal that he paid the journalist to put in there his article about his mental illness. I've seen a lot of people skim report on their apology letter, and they said it was. He said it was a couple months because he was on that nitrous and he was talking all that mess, and he was on streams and stuff with people that really didn't care for him. Well, 88 Keys was there, but you know, other people didn't really care for him. His wife was there, 88 Keys was there, Willie Doe was there, but the rest didn't really care for him. But anyway, he said in the apology letter that the last couple of years, the last couple of months, he was, you know, in the downside of his life, with the supporting Diddy and him talking about Beyonce's kids, calling them an R word, saying very hateful things, that's, really wasn't him. It was just, the substance he was under at that time. But a lot of people said that it was a couple of years. He was the last couple of years, which, no. The only reason they said he apologized, the only, they, when he came up with the apology letter, a lot of people said a couple of years. And the reason they said a couple of years because sleeper was choice. First of all, he didn't say a couple of years. He said a couple of months. Okay? A couple of months. Okay? But, and then, he describes type 1 diagnosis of bipolar disorder and all that stuff, which and then he said, it was like an out of body experience and stuff like that. But anyway, let me say this. Kanye West, people don't like Kanye West for different reasons. But people tend to forget that Kanye West is a child. Kanye West is a child of the struggle. He's someone's child of the struggle. His dad was a Black Panther. His mom was the first in the department in Chicago, English professor. And she managed him for a couple of years. She managed him. And then leading up to her death in 2007, she managed him from college dropout to late registration to graduation. So that means Kanye West is a revolutionary and a visionary. And he says stuff because he really meant it at that time. You know, he wasn't apologizing for the slavery was a choice. He already apologized for the slavery was a choice because the reason he apologized because they took what he said out of context, and he actually said what he meant when he tweeted that. Like after, like right after the TMZ interview, he actually apologized and said what he meant. Okay? And plus, if you look in this interview and the Breakfast Club in 2013, he was already on that wave of slavery, mental slavery. So I don't understand why you guys act like Kanye West is been out of his mind since his mother passed. No, like the public just wants an apology because, oh, I missed the polo yet. Do you know that artists develop, artists elevate? Do you know that people elevate to other versions of themselves? See, some old fans of Kanye West, people that used to be fans of Kanye West, remember him as a polo guy, and they don't see him nothing more than a polo guy. And it's like, dog, you're in mental slavery because you only want that version of Kanye West. You, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, that is not a fan. Like 2000 people that was fans of Kanye West in 2005 automatically just disconnect from Kanye West now. And it's like, first of all, you have to look at his catalog to understand what he's saying. Yeezus. I would recommend people listen to Yeezus. I recommend Kanye West old fans from mid 2000s listen to Yeezus because he's actually breaking down stuff, and he's saying stuff. You know, he's not only talking about his fashion, the way he's not talking about not only talking about his fashion, you know, but he's also talking about slavery, modern day slavery, past slavery, you know what I'm saying, and how he views it, which was excellent. Okay? And it's like, love Kanye West or hate Kanye West. They doing they doing to Kanye, to Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, what they did to Tupac when he went to death row. That started hating him. His own people started hating him before. He said, "Oh, he's not the same person as he once was." Yes, he was. Yes, he was that same person. The same people that hated Ye was the same people that hated Pac. The same people that hated Pac was the same people that hated Michael Jackson. But he's white. Our own people started hating Michael Jackson. Why? Because we programmed to listen to that white media, and we programmed to hate our own people and not understand. We want We didn't understand that he had a skin condition. We still don't, you know, we still, make excuses. Oh, he bleaches skin. Yes, he bleaches skin. Part of his skin, the skin that he, the part, so the media doesn't, you know, he patches some of his stuff like his nose, and that's it. Like he didn't bleach his skin. Like he had a skin condition, and they hated him for you know the kiss thing. That was a joke, you know what I'm saying? And we laughed at it, but you know, and then the same people that hated Michael Jackson hated Prince. You know why? Oh, he looks like a woman. I mean, that was a joke, but people that took it seriously, people that were serious about that joke, they were serious about the joke, and said, "Oh, he looked like a woman," but that was a joke anyway. So, and then they also said, they made jokes about him and stuff like that, and to you know, which was funny, but he didn't really care about that. And they just said, yo, he was crazy and all this stuff by putting slave owners and what was that idea and such blah blah blah. But what you don't understand is Prince was so ahead of his time and revolutionary and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? We gotta stop hating on our own people. That's all I gotta say.